I stood in the airport on the edge of a new beginning. Months of planning had led to this moment. My bags were packed, my ticket in hand. After years of feeling trapped in a life that wasn't mine, a good-paying job that wore me out, a relationship that hollowed me, I finally felt lighter. The thought of a city where no one knew me, where I could be myself, lifted something inside me. From the outside my life had looked perfect. Steady work, a comfortable apartment, a partner I once thought I would marry. But beneath that polish I was drowning. Every day felt like an act. I was tired of pretending to be content. Leaving was my chance to reclaim myself. I was in line for security, my nerves humming with a nervous excitement, when I checked my phone one last time. A message from Claire, my ex, blinked on the screen. Months earlier I had told her about my plan to leave. We had broken up a few weeks after that, and I thought our parting was calm. Now her message said something different. We need to talk. I'm at the airport. Please don't do this. Her words hit me hard. Guilt, anger, doubt churned in my stomach. I had worked so long to distance myself from her manipulations. Her way of making me question my choices. And now she was back at the most important moment. I tried to push it aside and keep moving, but unease followed me to the security line. Then I saw her. Claire stood at the far end of the terminal holding a sign with my name. Her face looked determined and desperate at once, a mixture I knew too well. My first instinct was to turn and go to her, but I held myself back. I had fought to get here. To my shock, Mark, my former boss, stood beside her. For 5 years I had bent over backward to meet his impossible standards, losing evenings, weekends, and even my health to earn his approval. He had treated me like a tool, useful until I wasn't. Seeing him there with Claire felt like the life I was trying to escape had come to block my way. Please don't do this, Claire called, her voice shaking but still the same manipulative tone I knew. She always knew how to make me feel guilty for wanting more than she could give. I clenched my fists and breathed slowly. I had been trapped by those guilt trips before, but I wasn't that person anymore. Mark stepped forward. You're making a mistake, he said, his voice full of command. You've invested so much in this job. Are you really going to throw it all away? What will you have out there, starting from scratch? His words brought back a flood of nights spent worrying over his demands. He had never cared about me, only what I could produce. For years I had been driven by the need to please both of them. But this was my turning point. I could let them pull me back, or I could take the step I had planned for months. I looked at them one last time. Their faces were maps of desperation and control. Then, without a word, I turned away. I walked through security with my heart pounding but steady. I refused to let them stop me. They stood just a few feet behind me, anchors trying to drag me back into a life I no longer wanted. Claire moved closer, voice trembling. Please don't do this, she pleaded. I know we had problems, but I can't let you leave like this. You're making a mistake. I looked at her and remembered all the arguments, the constant guilt, the way I had given so much of myself and felt empty in return. For years I had tried to make her happy, bending until there was nothing left of me. But not anymore. Why are you here, Claire? I asked quietly. You know I need this. And then I kept walking, constantly questioning myself because of you. I can't live like that anymore. I'm doing this for me. Claire faltered, her expression softening for just a moment as her eyes shimmered with unshed tears. But the vulnerability vanished as quickly as it came, replaced by the familiar look of frustration and helplessness I had seen countless times before. You're just running away, she said at last, her tone quieter now, almost accusing. Running from problems you've never faced. Her words twisted in my chest, sparking the very doubt I had fought so hard to silence. Was I running? Maybe in some ways. But I wasn't running from myself. I was running toward something, toward a life where I could finally breathe, toward a version of me I could be proud of. I'm not running away, Claire, I said firmly. I'm running toward the life I deserve. Before she could respond, Mark finally stepped forward. He had been watching in silence, but his presence was as imposing as ever. Everything about him radiated control. His stance, his voice, his certainty. "I don't understand why you're throwing everything away," he said. His words sharp, frustration threading his tone. "You've worked too hard to just walk out now. I know things haven't been easy, but you can't just quit. You've built your career here. Are you really going to throw it all away for uncertainty?" His words were precise, carefully chosen to rattle me, to stir old doubts. For years he had used that same commanding tone to keep me in line, to make me feel indebted to him. But this time was different. "Don't you dare try to guilt me, Mark," I said, my voice cutting through the tension like a blade. "I've given you everything, my time, my health, my loyalty, and it was never enough. You used me, drained me, manipulated me. I'm done. I'm leaving because I deserve to find myself again. Because I deserve happiness." For the first time, Mark's mask cracked. His air of authority faltered, if only slightly. Claire's expression softened again, but just as quickly hardened, like neither of them truly understood the depth of what this meant to me. "You're making a mistake," Mark repeated, though this time his voice lacked conviction. "I'm not," I said firmly, each word steady, unshakable. "I've spent years living for other people, trying to please you, trying to make Claire happy. But this is my life. And I won't let anyone else dictate it anymore." A heavy silence fell between us, thick with unsaid words. For a moment, I thought they might try again to argue, to drag me back. But even if they did, it wouldn't have mattered. "I know you both think I'm making a mistake," I said, looking at them one last time. "But I have to do this for me. I'm not the same person I was. I'm stronger now. And I refuse to let the past chain me any longer." With that, I turned away. My heart raced, but my steps were steady as I walked toward the gate. Each step carried me farther from the life that had been suffocating me. I didn't look back, I couldn't. When I finally boarded the plane and settled into my seat, a wave of relief washed over me, foreign yet comforting. The weight of the past lifted piece by piece. The guilt, the doubts, the constant second-guessing. For the first time in years I felt free. As the plane rolled down the runway, I gazed out the window. The world I had known for so long began to shrink beneath me. I wasn't running anymore. I was finally moving forward, toward something real, something better. And as the plane lifted into the sky, I knew this was only the beginning.